All right. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to the Abomination Goddess podcast. I have Casie Halseth with me today. Hi, Casie.
Hi.
Cas- Casie is a debut author. Her first book is titled Abomination Born. You can see it on the screen here. It is a gripping fantasy novel that explores themes of identity, power, and belonging. Casie is an award-winning public speaker, and I think you'll find that by watching this podcast and reading her books that she has effortlessly just drawn her audience into her world, both in the book and on stage. She is deeply passionate about creating welcoming spaces for those who feel like they don't quite fit the mold, cherished by their loved ones, but yet often misunderstood. So, outside of writing, Casie thrives on building meaningful connections with kindred spirits and celebrating the magic of individuality, which is what we do on our podcast and why I absolutely love talking with Casie each week. So, welcome and thank you for joining. I always love having you here with me.
Thank you.
Yeah. And my name is Ashley Kim. I am the author of Villain Goddess. It is a nonfiction book that I wrote to help women just on their journey to set boundaries, build confidence, and heal themselves. It is a very honest and open look at what I went through and the tools that I use to survive my villain era. I am the founder of a digital marketing agency, and I use my experience to guide female entrepreneurs and authors as well to strengthen their confidence and their online presence. I absolutely love working with women, and I love having conversations just like the ones that Casie and I have each week on our podcast. So, welcome everybody. We are happy to have you here with us. Yay! And I
Yes.
believe, Casie, that you have a little bit of snow where you're
Yeah,
at.
yeah, we had some flurries. Real light
Yes.
flurries in the Ozarks.
Yeah, so pretty.
It is pretty.
Yeah, I love watching it come down. Yeah, I'm in the Midwest, a little bit north, and if it's going to be cold, I do want some snow on the ground. I want something beautiful to look at while I'm freezing. So we have a little bit. We haven't really had a big storm yet, so which is good. I mean, everyone's safe, so but I could use just a little bit more snow. Oh goodness. Okay, so if it's okay with you, I thought we could kick this off. I'm going to share my screen real quick because let's see here. Oh, you had a Substack post. Let's see, I think a couple days ago about celestial events, and
Yes.
I thought that if you're okay with it, this would be a good time to just talk a little bit more about this and just educate our audience on it. Casie is on Substack, and you can look up Abomination Born or just her name, and you'll be able to find her and follow her Substack updates. So, yeah, do you want to tell us more about this?
Well, yeah, this is a very unusual year. Well, to start off with, we have the quadrantid meteor shower, and that's going to be visible from now until the 16th of January. So just look in the northern sky, and you should be able to see them. And then with our full moon that's coming up on the 13th, it's occultations. I'm probably saying that wrong, but this is where the moon passes in front of Mars. And if you're if you're having a hard time with communication, with some kind of, you're thinking things, it could be because the moon is passing in front of Mars. Mars has a lot to do with how we communicate. And then
Mm-hmm.
there's a cosmic reset on January 25th, and this is huge. Uh, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn will appear within a similar celestial lineup. And uh, it's just going to be so neat. You'll be able to look up at the sky and you'll see them, the little dots across the sky. And there won't be perfect alignment, but it'll be almost a perfect alignment.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a time to reset your goals and for planning ahead and thinking about yourself. This is really an important. It's like we're going to start everything new, and this is
Mm-hmm.
on the 25th.
25th. Nice. Perfect. Yeah, it almost seems like the 25th can be kind of like your new year, right?
Yes,
Like it's a
yes.
good time. So, for anybody who feels like they missed out on New Year's resolutions or anything like that, we have an even better date for you, and that's January 25th. And I think January 20th is I think people call Blue Monday or something like that because it's one of the worst Mondays after the holidays when everyone's high
Oh,
from the holidays has gone down and they're kind of
oh,
feeling low. So what a great time to start picking yourself back up. I mean, you're gonna get to
right,
look at the sky 5 days later and see a really cool celestial event and, start thinking about your goals and your dreams.
right, right.
I love that. Yay. Yep, I thought that was so interesting. And it gives us some really cool things on this. January does sometimes kind of feel like a blah month for me. And so just I have a full moon and a new moon I get to look forward to, but having this as well to look forward to, the
Mhm.
lineup of the planets is so fun. And we have a app on our phone and you just hold your phone up to the sky and it tells you exactly what you're looking at. So we will be getting that out and I'll let my 5-year-old run the show because she absolutely loves anything that has to do with planets and stars and the moon. So it's going to be a big event at our house. All right. Do we want to look at Oracle and Tarot cards next?
Sure.
All right. Let me share my screen again here. Make sure everything's good, all set up. And I think I say this every time. This is always my favorite part. All righty. What do we want to open first? Do we want to open corn or I think this is a painting of a lady.
Yes. Let's see what else have I got. Yeah.
You want to start with her? Or
Yeah, we could start with her.
okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I just closed her. All right, so this is a painting, I believe. Is that
Yes,
right?
by John Singleton Copley. And
Okay.
the reason I absolutely this is also at the Crystal Bridges in it's actually in Rogers, Arkansas, and it's
Okay.
owned by Alice Walton, the daughter of the Walton family who started Walmart.
Okay.
Anyway, so if you look closely, you'll see on the table this was done like in the 17 late 1700s, and you'll see on the
Mhm.
table is a little mouse with a
Oh,
chain.
yes. Yep.
And there was when I saw this, it's a huge painting, and when I saw this painting, I was just transfixed by it. Why is this so important? Why do I really, really feel drawn to it? And then I realized, okay, so here she is. She has tamed with food and all the pleasantries. She's tamed this. It's a flying squirrel, is what it is. And
Oh
she's
my
got a
goodness.
chain. Yeah, she's got a chain there, holding onto it, and it becomes like a domesticated pet. And if you
Yeah.
notice, what does the woman herself have around her neck?
Yep. Yeah,
She
the
has
chain.
she has a chain around her neck. So
Yeah.
society has also domesticated her through pleasantries and gives her everything. But
Hmm.
they've taken the mouse or the flying squirrel has lost its wildness, and she has lost her wildness.
Hmm. Yeah. That is so interesting.
Yes, yes.
Oh, I love this.
And the story
Um,
behind this woman is she dated her cousins, uh,
mm,
and she married one of the cousins, and Frances Dearling Wentworth. Yeah, Frances Dearling Wentworth. And so she married one of her cousins, and uh, she the painter was hired to do her portrait. But
ah,
Copley is so famous for capturing something about the people, and so you see that this is a person. I wouldn't say that she was in the quiet quitting mode quite as like the other picture that we did last week, but
Yeah.
she has been toned down and everything
Yes.
has to be proper, everything has to be just right. And so you think that she's free and can do everything, but just like the flying squirrel on the chain, she's just as caged.
Yeah,
She's just
she
as
is.
caged as the squirrel. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. It's interesting to look at a domesticated flying squirrel and be impressed with that, right? But then you think about the flip side is that it lost its freedom.
And she's a domesticated woman.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Oh, I love this.
Hmm.
Yeah, this is
Hmm.
wonderful. Thank you for
Hmm.
sharing that. And will you tell everybody where this was again? The
This is at Crystal Bridges in Rogers, Arkansas. That's
okay.
over by Fayetteville,
Yeah.
and it's
Oh, I
the
would love to
Alice
go there.
Walton. Yeah, it's they have only American art there on
Mm.
regular display, and she'll have traveling displays
Oh,
where
wow.
where somebody she'll bring in work from other people from around the world.
Yeah.
Uh,
Cool.
yeah, but yeah, look at her. I mean, this is so often this is what happens to us. We become and it doesn't necessarily have to be like through marriage or anything either. We do this to ourselves in life. We
Yeah.
we chain ourselves and we quit being human. We quit being real. We
Hmm.
we quit we just we quit. It's not as bad as the quiet quitting lady who's just laying there. This is where we're still in the process and we haven't
Hmm.
quite quit altogether, but we're kind of wondering something's not right. It's
Yeah.
okay, but what is it? And that's where, of
Yeah.
course, I love stones to help tell me things.
Right.
Now,
Right.
my other the I did bring I've got a picture there of a pearl. Yeah, that one. Yeah, and just
Mhm.
to to show, um, when you wear a pearl, you have to think about how did that pearl start off? And the oyster itself was trying to get rid of everything that irritated it. And that's how it created that pearl, is
Mhm.
by pushing it off to one side and coating it with something so it wasn't such an irritant, and constantly pushing
Yeah.
it to one side, and coating it and coating it and coating it. And somewhere in there, if we find ourselves drawn to pearl, it helps us to look at what is it that we have a sensitive nature about us. What has been niggling away at us, and we're covering it up with something. We're
Mhm.
you know we're putting our own little layer around our little thing that's bothering us, but we don't know what it is.
Right. Right. Yeah, I love that. In my 20s, I loved pearls. That's almost all I wore, and I was just always drawn to them. If there was going to be jewelry, I wanted a pearl.
So did I. So did
Yep.
I at that age. I was
Yeah.
very much wanting pearl. And now
Yes.
I don't even think I have any pearls. That's why I think I had to
Yeah.
find a picture of it because I don't think I have pearl.
Yeah. I
But
think I
maybe
have
I need
one.
to relook at that again.
Right. Yeah. I think I have one pearl earring because the other one was lost and I didn't want to toss it because it was a pearl. And
Uh-huh.
so it's just sitting in the bottom of my jewelry box. But yeah, I loved everything pearl. And I also loved how pearls would glow on some people and not on others.
Oh
Um
yeah.
and yeah, I just really liked them. So, but also in my 20s, I would say you described me. Something wasn't right and I just kept putting something over it to make it easier to live
Yes.
with and just kept
Yes.
doing that until it got bigger and bigger.
Yes. Yes, that's kind of when I look at pearl, you had asked before, how do we know what stones would help us out or whatever? And look at what the stone does. And pearl, this is what it does. It reminds us of the little things that we have either we're the oyster pushing these things aside, or we're the pearl ourselves. And so we look at that. Which one are we? Are we the pearl that takes something that was icky inside of us and made something beautiful out of it? Or are we the oyster that pushed something aside that maybe we should have looked at, or,
Right.
gotten rid of? I
Yep.
just I just love what stones and like pearls can do for us. It can help us to
Yes.
see things.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. Oh, I love that. What a great one to talk about today. I love that. Okay, let's get into, I'm so ready to talk about this. Spirit of Corn. Oh, Maze.
I was at a UFO conference in Eureka Springs many years ago, like in the 90s or something. And I was talking with this one girl who had a booth there, and she was selling all these kind of spirit cards. And I had said to her, uh, these are about corn. And I said, "Oh, I've met Corn Woman." And she was so excited because she too has met the spirit Corn Woman. And
Really?
yes, she made these corn cards because of her conversations with Corn Woman.
Oh, wow.
And
Oh, I
so she
love
has all these
that.
cards. I know. And she
Oh,
really was
yeah.
knowledgeable about everything to do with corn. And
Yeah.
now
I bet that
what
was amazing.
Yeah. Now, one of these things that this is popcorn, and the frequency that comes from the sound when you hear popcorn popping, doesn't it just do something to you? And
It
so
does.
she's reminding us about the frequency of the sound from the corn.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I love that. I'd never put that together. But
Yeah.
yeah, it
Yeah.
does. It does do something to you.
Hmm.
Oh, cool. Oh, is this from the corn?
Uh-huh. How
Oh,
would it
okay.
be without the printed word? In the beginning, there was the Word, and the Word was God. There is no substitute for the spoken word. The spoken word is full of light, life, force, sound. And that's from
Oh,
Snow
wow.
Eagle Seeds Sing. Isn't that
Wow.
beautiful?
Yes, that is beautiful. And what a great reminder, too. What you
Mm-hmm.
say matters.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wow, I love that. Is this from this? Yeah, this is from the same.
Mm-hmm. This is on the
Um,
back side of the picture of the corn cobs.
oh,
And
okay.
that and the other one is the just the picture of the box that they come in.
Yeah.
And it's
I,
Diana Snow Eagle Seed Sings Henry.
oh, okay. Um, I think another thing I really like about this is the corn isn't perfect.
No,
It's
right.
um I really like that. I feel like everything you see nowadays is, perfect everything. And this just represents life much better than, you know,
We
the
have some
perfected Photoshop.
we have some ancient maize corn from the ancient times. And
Hmm.
it's only 3.5 inches long. And it's just a skinny
Mm.
little thing. And that's what when you see these matats and matatis where they used to grind the corn down, it wasn't great big huge cobs like these. It was little tiny cobs that they took the corn off of. It looked more like what corn is a grass. So it looked more like the tops of a grass.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow, what a change.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's almost hard to even fathom.
I know.
Like,
Yeah. So corn is a grass.
yeah. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna see if I can buy some seeds of the original corn. That is so cool.
Yeah.
What a great lesson. Um, oh, mine that I was gonna show today. So I have had um almost debilitating shoulder pain on my right side. And I've been doing all the things to get rid of it, and it's not getting rid of it. So I decided to treat it as kind of I don't want to say like a spiritual issue, but kind of a energetic issue versus, a physical issue. And
Mm-hmm.
so I wrote my own, which is my horrible handwriting right here. I wrote my own kind of or tarot spread for it of I wanted to know, why did it happen? What can I do? And what can I learn from this? And one of the things that I have noticed about myself is whenever I'm getting ready to do something that feels big to me, like publishing my book, for example, I have something like this come up every time. It's usually a physical thing that happens to me where I get hurt physically. And so I see this pattern and I want to stop it, and which is, part of growing and learning in life anyway. But so those are my questions that I asked, and these are the cards that I got. I had to rotate the photo so we could see it. So I had Eight of Swords, reversed, Ten of Swords, and then the Hanged Man. And it was really helpful. I'm still obviously a newbie at this, so I have to look up all the definitions every time I do anything.
Hmm. Hmm.
But so I had asked number one, the Eight of Swords reverse. I had asked, why did this happen? And then my interpretation based on reading the description was limiting beliefs. So I need to feel that I do deserve what I have coming up in my life. And that is something that I do have to work on a lot. That's part of my spiral. I'm always working on it. Number two was, what can I do? And then that was the Ten of Swords. The way I interpreted that was that I need to grieve some of the losses and the pain that I have just some from my older clients that I don't have anymore, that I just haven't let go of. So that's what I'm working on. I did a cord cutting ceremony. I'm going to do a bay leaf burning ceremony, and then I'm also going to just officially close everything off with them. Um, and then my third one was, what can I learn from it? And I got the Hanged Man. Um, and so my interpretation was release old mental models and behavioral patterns, and get rid of any old views that don't serve me anymore. So I wanted to see kind of what your thoughts were on this as well. Because I know you could look at this spread and probably come up with something in just a few seconds on what it
Well,
means.
you had the Ten of Swords before too.
Yes, yeah, it keeps
You
coming
did.
up.
Yes. Okay, so that means that you're juggling a whole lot of thoughts. You're
Mhm.
thinking about a whole lot of different things. And the Eight of Swords since let's go with the upside down for this. So there you're not finished with the juggling of all these things. You still have some
Yep.
more things to do with that. And the Hangman, of course, is my favorite of all the cards. The Hangman is my favorite because the Hangman is going to do something in a different way, and it's not going to be like the ordinary way at all, but you will be content with your way. And as long as
Mhm.
you do it your way, it will be wonderful. It,
Right.
it's it's a very good sign, the way I
Yes.
look at it. Other people looking at it be like, "Why are you doing that?" But for you, it's really good.
Yeah.
It's
And I
really
do feel
good.
like, yeah, that's where I'm at right now, what you just said. So it's kind of scary, because I'm used to following other paths set before me versus doing what works for me,
Yeah,
or,
you're a trailblazer.
yeah, yeah. And I want to be one, right? So I need to stop being scared of that.
Well, uh, uh, being scared, if you can get through the scared, then when somebody else that you're helping out, when they are in that place, you'll have the empathy. You'll understand what's going
Mhm.
on.
That's
And so
true. Yeah,
sometimes, your scared might be just like the length of a blink of an eye. It may not be very
right.
long.
Okay.
It does,
Yeah,
you don't have to drag it out.
that's true. That's true. Oh my gosh, that's such a good point. I do not have to drag it out.
Mm-mm.
Um, yeah. The other thing, so I've been also, so I did flip the Eight of Swords over to just really look at the card because that's one of the things that you've taught me to do.
Mm-hmm.
And another message that I kind of got from that one is like stop falling on my sword. Like I don't have to be a martyr. I don't have to go through anything that's super painful to keep going forward, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Um, And the Ten of Swords, just looking at that. Oh, go ahead. Were you going to say something?
Well, like with, let's say you're going to do an embroidery project. I used to like to do embroidery, and you've got all these beautiful colors of strings that you're going to use, cotton threads. And
Hmm.
so the eight is you're taking all these. You've got way too many. Like in Ten of Swords, you've got way too many colors to choose from. Really, you've got a whole lot. But the Eight of Swords is helping you decide, how do I want this picture to look? How do I want what I'm doing to look? What kind of colors? What's the feeling I want to have? And so eight is looking at, what kind of mood do I want to carry with me on my path? When I'm
Hmm.
hanging there upside down and I'm going my way, um, in my unique way, what kind of mood do I want to emanate out? And that's what the
Hmm.
eight is doing, is what colors, what threads will you pick? And so it's the discernment. You're not thinking so much about how much you have to do. You're thinking about which one is going to take you down the path.
Hmm. I like that. And it's exciting to be at that level
Yeah,
in the process too. Yeah. So yeah, that was one of the things that I worked on this morning. And next time we talk, I will be pain free. I just know that I will. I also I got my glacier rock from Alaska back out to help me do my cord cutting ceremony because I do like to use rocks for that.
sure.
And then my black tourmaline, which I never say correctly, I had that with me today as well. So I stuck it in my shirt during my cord cutting, and then I just now have it just sitting beside me. Since I went to the gym today, I didn't take it to the gym with me. But it's just a good
And
reminder of my little.
every rock has its own vibration. Like when they look at Mars, for instance, they know all the minerals that are on Mars. They don't even have to go there. They can just look. They've got spectrographs and things that can show the frequency of every single mineral. And
Mhm.
so they know that every single rock, every single mineral has its own fingerprint, which is a vibration. And so
Yeah,
these rocks, they're pulsing. They literally have a pulse. All rocks literally have a pulse. So these rocks, if you're drawn to them, yeah, put it up by your shoulder. There might be a frequency in there that will remind your DNA, the RNA part of your DNA, that will remind it to heal itself.
oh, yeah, that's an excellent idea. I love that. Okay, I'm gonna do that after our podcast. Yeah, that is such a great idea. I will say the this stone that is from the glacier in Alaska. I don't think it loved being part of the cord cutting ceremony, so I probably won't use it again. It did, it was fine. It did a good job, but I don't think it loved it. So I'm also trying to listen to what, like what they like and want to be a part of as well. Um, so I
The
was also
cord
going to show,
cutting cord
go
cutting
ahead.
ceremony, what do you mean by cord cutting ceremony?
Oh, so what I meant by that was cutting energetic cords. So I did that with my old clients that
Oh, yes.
I don't want I don't want their energy resting on me and I don't want mine on them either. Like I want us both to be healthy. And so I cut the energetic cords to the individual people and then just to the company in general. And then I also cut the cords because I do get so invested in my clients and how well they're doing. Like I care with my entire body. So I also just cut the cord for that as well so that it's not on my mind and my heart all the time. I'm gonna let somebody else take that over and they'll get to do that. So
Well,
yeah, that was my
that's a
cord
very
cutting
good
was
way to put that. Yeah, that's a very good way to put that.
yeah. And so yeah, that's what I did this morning. It felt good to do it and I didn't realize how many attachments I had. So it was eye-opening as well. It's just really good to do it. And it's so easy and fast. Like anyone could do that.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
I was also just going to show, I'm not going to go through it, but anybody who hasn't downloaded the Tarot and Oracle tracker for 2025, do that. So I used Oracle cards for different areas of my life that I want to work on. And then I also started for just January, just jotting down messages and anything that any signs or symbols that I want to keep an eye out for. Um, So yeah, anyone who hasn't done that yet, I encourage you to I think it was our last podcast, so that was
Yes.
January 1st has the
Hmm.
PDF on there and you can just download it right there, print it off, and you can
And
use it
that's
as
what
well.
made me think about the planets being in a line like that. That to me they were like a chain in the sky. And so
Yeah.
that's what made me think. I remembered that painting that I love so well. And that's
Yep.
what got me going down that path is thinking about that and the pearl
Yes.
necklace.
Yeah. Yep. I love that.
That was my symbol.
Yeah, I love it. I am so looking forward to the 25th. I just love all things like that.
Yeah.
And I like that my kids do too, so we get to enjoy it together. And
And look before and after too, just in case you have clouds, this time of year,
that's
who
true.
knows? And so
That's
you'll be able to see. But on the what is it? Yeah, on the 13th, you'll be able to see the moon passing in front of Mars, and that's going to be awesome.
oh,
The
nice.
full
Okay.
moon. Yeah,
Yeah. Yep. The wolf moon. Yeah.
yeah.
Nice. Perfect. Yay. So we have lots of wonderful things to look forward to in January,
Hmm.
which I love. All right. So I think we've been on for 30 minutes now. Anything else that we want to share today that you can think of?
No, just a reminder that when you are drawn to a stone or a card or a
Mhm.
symbol or a shape or something, turn it around and ask it, what are you showing me? Anything that
Yeah.
you happen to notice, what is it showing you? And like even with the shoulder,
Mhm.
different body parts, what is it trying to tell me?
Yeah.
I learned a long time ago that a lot of my aches and pains that are kind of odd and reoccurring, they come from my ancestors.
Really?
Yes, they come from the ancestors, and like I've said before, my ancestors expect the ones of us that are alive
Hmm.
to heal whatever thinking or whatever deed they did or anything. They're expecting us to make it right. And then that can ripple
Oh.
across to the ancestors. So when I wonder what's going on in my, maybe shoulder or neck, in my case,
Hmm.
it's more my neck. Where does that come from? How far back? And sometimes I'll get an answer. And then
Yeah.
I work with that ancestor to fix it.
Okay. I will do that as well. Yeah, 'cause the other, now that you're talking about this, the other thing that I thought was interesting is that I was talking to my mother yesterday, and she is experiencing the exact same thing in the exact same place. We
Oh,
both can barely put on our shirts, like we are in pain. Exact same place.
well, it's a
So
matriarchal. It comes on the matriarchal side. So
yeah.
talk to that line and
Hmm.
ask them what is going. Maybe one of your ancestors was shot in the shoulder or had a bow
Yeah.
and arrow, go, I
Right.
mean, had an
Right.
arrow go through them.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, we'll have to figure that out. And I will figure it out because yeah, I'm not letting this go on anymore. So it will be
Yeah,
fixed.
yeah. Sometimes, there's a stone called jet. It's black and it's kind of greasy looking. Jet is a stone that's really good for that. You
Really.
can your black tourmaline is also good.
Hmm.
But the jet is like a master at that, and it's probably because it's made from petrified oil and the
Oh,
plants, you know,
yeah.
uh, and so it's a little bit closer to us
Hmm.
with our DNA. And anyway, jet is a very good stone for trying to ask what's going on.
Yeah.
And
Okay. Yeah, I'll see if I can find some of that. I definitely do have the black tourmaline. So I will be using that today.
pull
So I
out
can
all your
get
black ones.
Oh, yeah, good point. Because I do have obsidian. Yeah, I'll have to see what all I have. Yeah, good idea. I have lava too. I
Yeah,
have black
lava.
lava.
That lava's
Okay.
great.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I'm gonna get
Lava
this figured
might
out.
be better, actually.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I
All
forgot
right.
about
Well,
lava.
yeah. Okay, I will do it then. Yay. All right, everybody. So 13th is the full wolf moon.
Hmm.
25th is the celestial alignment.
Hmm.
And a new year can start for us then too, which is amazing. So yeah, hopefully everybody has a wonderful week and we will see you next week.
Okay, bye everyone.